The budget line, a formal exposition. In microeconomic theory, the budget line, formerly known as the budget constraint, delineates the set of feasible consumption bundles a consumer can afford, given their fixed income and the prevailing market prices of the goods in question. It represents the boundary of the consumer's opportunity set. Any consumption bundle lying on or within the budget line is attainable, those outside are unaffordable. Formal definition and equation. Let's assume a consumer allocates their fixed income I between two goods, X and Y, with prices Px and Py, respectively. The budget constraint can be expressed algebraically as I equals Px X plus Pyy, where I equals consumer's total income, a constant. Px equals price of good X. X equals quantity of good X consumed. Py equals price of good Y. Y equals quantity of good Y consumed. This equation signifies that the total expenditure on good X, Pxx, plus the total expenditure on good Y, Pyy, must equal the consumer's total income, I. Graphical representation and interpretation. The budget line is typically depicted graphically on a two-dimensional plane, with the quantity of good X on the horizontal axis and the quantity of good Y on the vertical axis. The intercepts of the budget line represent the maximum quantities of each good the consumer can purchase if they spend their entire income on that good alone. X-intercept, I by P. X maximum quantity of X attainable when Y equals 0. Y-intercept, I by P. Y of maximum quantity of Y attainable when X equals 0. The budget line is a straight line connecting these two intercepts. The slope of the budget line is given by slope equals Px by Py. The absolute value of the slope represents the opportunity cost of consuming one more unit of good X. It indicates how much of good Y must be foregone to obtain an additional unit of good X. The negative sign indicates the inverse relationship. To consume more of one good, the consumer must sacrifice some of the other. Impact of income changes. A change in the consumer's income, I, will cause a parallel shift of the budget line. Increase in income. An increase in income shifts the budget line outward, away from the origin. The slope remains unchanged, reflecting that relative prices have not altered. The consumer now has access to a wider range of consumption possibilities. Decrease in income. A decrease in income shifts the budget line inward, towards the origin. Again, the slope is unaffected. The consumer's feasible consumption set has contracted. Example: suppose a consumer has an income of $100 and faces prices of $10 for good X and $5 for good Y. Budget equation: 100 equals 10X plus 5Y. X-intercept: 100/10 equals 10 units of X. Y-intercept: 100/5 equals 20 units of Y. Slope: 10/5 equals -2. If the consumer's income increases to $150, the new budget equation becomes 150 equals 10X plus 5Y. The new intercepts are 15 for X and 30 for Y. The budget line shifts outward, parallel to the original. Significance and limitations. The budget line is a cornerstone of consumer theory, providing a clear and concise representation of the constraints faced by consumers. It underscores the concepts of scarcity, opportunity cost, and trade-offs. However, the basic budget line model has limitations. Too good assumption. In reality, consumers choose from a vast array of goods. Static model. It typically considers a single time period and doesn't account for saving, borrowing, or intertemporal choices. Perfect information. It assumes consumers have perfect knowledge of prices and their income. Despite these limitations, the budget line provides a fundamental framework for understanding consumer behavior and serves as a building block for more complex models.